Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Witty and I'm going to be talking about practically, I wouldn't even lie on this. This is the only way you can make money trading Forex. This is, okay, probably not the only way, but this is literally the simplest way possible. If this is all you do as a trader, I can assure you, you would have, if not 100% wins, but at least minimum 95% wins. And if you've been following Witty for a while, if you've been following me for a while on my Telegram channel, you'll notice I do place some trades, and when I place those kind of trades, I'm sure that these trades will play out, and then I just leave it for as long as it is willing to go. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what exactly is the reason behind this trade. In today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about time and price. You do hear me talk about this a lot of time and price. And I'm also going to be explaining in depth to some extent the concept of liquidity and fundamentals. So let's delve in. So I've always been mentioning the fact that liquidity and fundamentals is literally what moves markets. While fundamentals moves markets in the long run, liquidity moves markets literally instantaneously. So exactly how do those concepts come to play? I'm going to be doing a breakdown of this Euro USD trade I took. You can see the screenshots right there. And I held this trade for about 3 months, almost 3 months, and it eventually delivered about 800 pips, and I eventually closed it at parity. This was my entry point actually, and this was my exit point. So today I'm going to be explaining what exactly did I see that made me take this trade. And interestingly, another similar scenario actually did happen this week also, and I took a similar trade. Although I did not hold that till the end because of NFP and the fact that Euro USD is already at parity. It's quite risky selling at this point right now, so I'm not so confident selling as I was selling right up here, and that was why I was able to swing trade this. But in the case of this trade, I actually just scalped. And I actually told you guys I was going to do the video last week, and I even wanted to do a video recording as at when the trade was closing. But last week I was a bit down. I fell sick actually, and I was really weak. I literally could not even go into my trading office. Anyways, let's delve in. Let me show you why exactly I took this sell. What did I see? And I would assure you, okay, if you understand what I'm trying to explain here, and this is the only kind of setup you make, I can assure you, you will make so much money trading, and you see trading to be so much easier. So let's delve in. Let's delve in. So at this point, obviously I wanted to sell. Let me skip. Let's use the replay button back down here. Right, so let's start from this point. Okay, so my bias obviously has been bearish on euro. I actually do use currency indexes to determine strength and weakness. So obviously dollar overall on a bullish bias, euro overall on a bearish bias. So all I just did was to pair both, and basically, so what exactly could have made me interested in selling this? So let's look at it from a trend line perspective. First of all, this bullish trend line, obviously trend line liquidity, it was taken out. This was obviously broken. Obviously structure had changed right here, so all I was interested in was selling Euro USD. But this is where it got dicey. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this video as simple as possible. This is where it got dicey. Okay, so after structure had been taken out, obviously you want to sell at the next order block or something, or however you like to place your trades. Personally, for me, I'll start looking out for discounts for premium areas rather to take this sell. So which meant So obviously I'm only interested in selling between this range. So I'm only interested in selling within this range. So at this point now, all things being equal, I wouldn't have expected that price would have still come back up even after taking this low and after breaking this low again with this particular candle. But then price just had to do that. And if we keep moving, we see how market was literally just ranging all through, and then it becomes a case of what exactly is happening. So one easy thing I do, right, is to simply just frame my setup with dollar index. So whenever I want to trade Euro USD, I always make sure I'm monitoring what dollar index is doing. And basically Euro USD just moves opposite to whatever dollar index is doing. So let's switch to dollar index. If I think I should just split my screen. So what, this was 6th of June. Yeah, somewhere around here. Right, so this is dollar index 6th of June likewise. So on the 4-hour time frame, it's literally the same thing happening. We can clearly see trendline liquidity taking out. So obviously structure likewise are changed on the dollar index. Now, this is what we will notice, right? On 31st of May, when the structure was actually taken out on dollar index, right? Or rather 1st of June with this massive bearish candle. That was the same massive bearish candle we saw. Except that in the case of dollar index, now this is where this kind of setups gets very interesting. In the case of dollar index, we can see this was the low afterwards. Price just came back, retested it, and kept on going up. However, in case of Euro USD, this was the low. And then we see how price retested it and was just playing around that same low. So on dollar index, if we keep moving, we see dollar index continued making higher highs, except that by the time dollar index had gotten back to this high, that was on 7th of June. Let's move Euro USD a bit. This was 7th of June. We see Euro USD hadn't gotten back to this place. All things being equal, Euro USD, just like dollar index, should have also broken this low. So Euro USD should have broken this low while dollar index broke this high. That is what should normally happen. So the thing is, whenever you're trading, not just Euro USD, but most USD pairs, if it gets confusing, simply look at what is dollar index doing. And in some cases, what you realize is price is actually just building up liquidity. So in this case, what exactly was going on? So all I did was, okay, fine, dollar index is actually making higher highs. Euro USD, on the other hand, is not making lower lows. So what exactly is happening to Euro USD? Why isn't Euro USD cooperating? Why isn't Euro USD cooperating? So simply I went on Forex Factory, and that was 7th of June. So you just simply go on Forex Factory. That is where fundamentals then comes in. That is when fundamentals then comes in. You need to see what exactly is happening on the fundamental side of things. But in this case, what news is price probably preparing for? So let's say from July 6th, or from June 6th rather, to June, till Friday. So looking at it on 7th, nothing concerning Euro or USD. 8th, nothing. But on the 9th, what we have was Euro news, 12:45, 1:30. Literally ECB press conference. We all know ECB press conference moves markets. So simply what this could have told us was it's either Euro USD is waiting for this or for this news. However, if it was a case whereby Euro USD was moving, whereas dollar was not moving, then we'll have simply known that fine, dollar is waiting for CPI on Friday, whereas dollar was moving accordingly, but euro was not moving. So that gave us the hint that definitely market is waiting for ECB by 1:30 p.m. on 9th of June. And when you see that kind of news, obviously, what you just simply do is you are waiting for fundamentals to match up with the news. You've seen structure has changed, your bias is clear, you know what you want to do, but simply price is just trying to delay, waiting for fundamentals to then match up. And what you notice is during the news, there's usually drastic moves, and those drastic moves are what engineers liquidity for price to then move in your direction. So let's get back to the charts. We know obviously market is waiting for 9th of June, 1:30 p.m. That's Nigerian time. So simply, what do we then do? Let's play this and see how Euro USD and dollar index kept on playing. So this is literally a very simple way to trade, and this is literally the surest way you can make money. This is literally how I trade. This is what I'm always looking out for. I always need time and price at the right time, at the right price, and most importantly, I need to see liquidity. If all you are doing as a forex trader is looking for liquidity, I guarantee you that is literally the only way to make money. You are only tracking liquidity. If you understand liquidity, you will make as much money as you want. So let's go ahead and play this. So at this point, what do you see? I mean, remember we had already established the fundamentals that was more or less holding price. What we then need to just see is market engineering liquidity towards our direction to favor us. In this case now, dollar index, what do you see? This is obviously the liquidity we need. This is clearly a double bottom. So on the 1 hour time frame, we can clearly see this is a double bottom. Ask yourself this: how many traders will be looking out to trade this as a double bottom? How many traders will have gotten in for a buy right here? Which means on other dollar-based pairs, everybody wants to buy dollar because of this double bottom that everybody has seen on the dollar. So what this simply tells me is what I'm expecting that price will likely do ahead of the news, because there are so many buyers in this just ahead of the news. Market will most likely clear these lows and then move. So that means on Euro USD, all I want to see is for price to clear these highs, just like what dollar index is doing, and then move. So on Euro USD on the other hand, let's play and see. So this date was 9th of June by 6 o'clock already. So let's switch to 1 hour on Euro USD. Now I really hope you are getting this. I really hope you are getting this. Okay, so by 6, okay, this was 8th of June. Let's move into 9th of June. So what I will do is, yes, let me put a vertical line on 9th of June by 6 o'clock. Yes, right there. Right. So now Euro USD and dollar index are at the same points. But what you notice is while dollar index had been making higher highs already and created a double bottom, Euro USD was not making lower lows. Instead, Euro USD was also making higher highs. But interestingly, Euro USD also created a double top right here. So this was a double top likewise. So at this point, I knew that all EURUSD is interested in doing is just engineering liquidity ahead of the ECB news by 1:30 p.m. on that same day. So all I will just do now is to just wait for markets to react. At that point, wait for markets to simply react, and then I place the trade. So on EURUSD, it's looking a bit shady. It's looking like market is just ranging. Let's move on the 4-hour. So this is what I mean. EURUSD just more or less looks like a market range. Let me delete all of this so it's clearer. EURUSD just more or less looks like market is ranging. Dollar index on the other hand, let me also delete all of this. So looking at these two, right? Isn't it obvious dollar index is trending up? Whereas EURUSD, what does it look like EURUSD is doing? EURUSD is basically just ranging. So it just gets interesting. At this point, we can see dollar index has created this point for liquidity, which needs to be cleared. And EURUSD, we know obviously Euro is just waiting for the ECB news by either 12:45 or 1:30. But why am I more interested in the news by 1:30? Now these are the two rationales. Number one, 12:45 news could move markets, but how about if 1:30 p.m. news also moves markets? Eventually, if both are going to move markets, which one comes later? Won't it be safer to trade after all of the news has been released? Exactly the point. Secondly, which of these time frames falls within our trading period? Now, ideally, I only trade New York session between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Nigerian time. 12:45 p.m. is obviously not New York session, so I would rather not trade within that period. And instead of trading by 1 p.m. New York time, Nigerian time, I would rather just wait for the news to be released. So already that is the time of the day that we are trading, and at what price? Obviously we need this price taken out. Once this is taken out, we know all things being equal, we just want to sell EURUSD because dollar index is clearly bearish, and then it's clearly bullish rather. So simply what happened at that point? At this point, soon as dollar index took this low, I am a seller on EURUSD. Soon as it took that low, I am a seller on EURUSD. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So simply, all I just did was, since I knew that was the overall high, I was looking at trading around that high, and I actually did take my entry on 1 minute. I'm not sure TradingView can allow me go on 1 minute on this, but basically as soon as the news moved on dollar and I saw dollar taking that high, I simply just bought at the close of this 5 minute candle. I actually took it on the 1 minute. Let me see. No, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. It's way too far already. Right. So I was able to get that back. So on the 5 minutes, now let's see at what time exactly did price get to that high. You can see that this was exactly at that 1:30 soon as the news was released. Let's check dollar also. Was it at the same time? Exactly at that same time. Exactly at that same time. So while this is 1:30, I think dollar index, the time is just 1 hour behind. So it's exactly the same time. So this was simply how fundamentals and liquidity played out. I mean, it's just made the buyer so clear. And obviously, when I saw this kind of thing happen, The only reason why price will take out this and more or less look at this on the 1 hour time frame. What does it look like? What does it look like? It obviously looks like a clear stop hunt. This is what traders will call stop hunts. I mean, let me try and explain this further, right? Obviously, imagine how many traders will have sold here, how many traders will have sold here, how many traders will have started selling soon as price started moving. Obviously, won't so many traders who had sold already put in their stop losses to become stop profit and broken even. And the only reason why markets had to do this, the only reason for this move was just a stop hunt, simply a stop hunt. 15 pips cleared everything, and now market is ready to move. So all I did was on 15 minutes, or rather on the 1 minute actually, but we can also see it clearly on the 5 minutes. I simply just got in and I put my stop loss right above that eye. That was it, and I held, and I just kept on holding. Why? Because I can see that liquidity has clearly been taken, and at this point I took out 50% of my position. That was for about 1:7, 1:6.5 thereabouts. I took out 50% of my position right at this point, and then I broke even and I just left it. And eventually price kept on moving. And what you notice is, what you realize about this kind of moves is, once price does this kind of moves, the move away from the liquidity point is usually so fast. I mean, look at how many pips price delivered just 2 days afterwards. Look at that. That was 382 pips in just 3 days. So this is basically how I like to trade. This was when I saw this kind of price delivery. Obviously, markets will not just do all of this and retrace immediately. I knew definitely I'm on the right side of this market. So all I just needed to do was to wait it out. And then at that same point, I started seeing news about EURUSD headed for parity, blah, 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 blah. And one thing you need to understand is the news media, they only release news, most especially negative news. Why? Because they want news that would that traders will be interested in. They want things that when you see the headlines, you want to subscribe to their newsletter. So all these news channels, I wouldn't want to mention any names, but many of them, it's usually just the same thing that they all do. They are all just trying to sell their newspaper subscriptions, their newsletter subscriptions. So they come up with different headlines: EURUSD at parity, EURUSD this, EURUSD that. And actually eventually sold here also, but I didn't hold that one for long. I just held this particular position and held it for long. Now, interestingly, I was going to keep holding this, but when price got to parity, I was still convinced that EURUSD would still likely go lower. I was going to close out and put my take profits right at parity, because at that point I was no longer so comfortable holding. So all I just did was I decided, okay, fine, since I did not close out at this point, because looking at dollar index, obviously nearing overall highs. When price gets to overall highs, most of the time you could get massive pullbacks, and in some cases not just retracement, not just pullbacks, but actually you would even get a reversal. So that was why I decided, okay, fine, with all of these movements, I know definitely EURUSD is still coming back to parity. I posted that on my Telegram channel also, and I mentioned that I'll be doing a breakdown of this trade when price gets back to parity. And at this point, 800 pip exactly, my profit was taken out. And that day I was actually not feeling too well. But by the time I then opened my MT4, I discovered I couldn't find the trade no more that it's take profit. So this is basically the simplest way to trade. Let me see, I've already used about 20 minutes on this video. I would have preferred to do a breakdown of EURUSD also this week, because if you're following my Telegram channel, I also mentioned I wanted to, I posted a sell on EURUSD actually. That was last week. I posted a sell, and the sell has clearly been playing out, and it's just similar. And guys, so this is literally the easiest way I know. This is literally the surest way to make money, if not even the only way to make money. Track liquidity, and everything just gets so much easier when you're tracking liquidity. So simply and lest I forget, if you want to join the 10 trade challenge, which we'll be doing on the Prop Firm Academy, it's actually starting on Tuesday next week. That's 6th of September. From history, September is always a very good month to trade, a very interesting month to trade. Already we caught CAD JPY, AUD JPY, and GBP JPY. They've already delivered over 1:10, about 1:16 actually. I mean, which prop firm won't you have passed with those trades? So the target or the purpose of the 10 trade challenge is to teach you how exactly I trade, to more or less help you with discipline, to focus on what we teach on the Prop Firm Academy. We are simply taking trades that meet all our strategy rules. And the idea is, before we complete the 10 trade challenge, I mean, you obviously should have passed any prop firm challenge you are taking. I mean, if our average risk to reward per trade is 1:3, 1:4, I mean, you only need about 3 or 4 winning trades to pass your challenge, even if you are risking 0.5%. If you are risking 1%, then obviously you only need about 2 trades. If you are risking 0.5%, you need about 3 or 4 trades. So that's basically it. And I can tell you for free, where is EURUSD coming right now? It's coming, at least it will take out this double bottom right here, and more or less it will most likely take out this low likewise. And simply from my explanation earlier, what was the reason for this massive spike? Obviously it was just a stop point. So if you only trade after you see these stop points, I bet you will make a whole lot of money. So there's this thing I always say, okay, the reason for the trade is even more important than the setup itself. So why exactly am I taking the trade? Okay, so for instance, I took a loss selling euro pound last week, and this narrative was very simple. Was that last week? No, that was this week. That was this week actually. I think the monthly candle closed. Yeah, the monthly candle closed on Wednesday. I took a sell on euro pound simply because I was expecting our price to close with a wick on the monthly candle, and it actually did not happen. But guess what? I'm happy I took that trade because of the narrative behind it. So one thing I want you to take away from this video, okay, before you place any trade, ask yourself, why exactly am I buying? Has liquidity been taken out? Is there a reason? What is the truth? Is this market is completely manipulated. What is the manipulation behind the trade I'm taking? Why exactly am I taking this trade? Can I see liquidity? Is there a reason? And definitely when you start doing this, and you can also as well do yourself that favor and journal your trades. When you journal them, journal your reasoning behind every trade. It does matter a lot. Right, so this is what I thought to share with you. If you want to join us in the month of September for the 10 trade challenge, simply visit thepropfirmacademy.com. The link is just below this video. Choose a subscription package, and let's get you on board for this 10 trade challenge. And at the end of the 10 trade challenge, you will definitely become a much better trader. I remember sometimes in I think year 2020, we did a similar challenge, a 10 trade challenge, but as at then, many of us were actually not trading with prop firms. But at the end of the 10 trade challenge, we got a lot of testimonies. So many traders who actually thought they were not profitable, but what happened was they were not disciplined enough to follow their rules. But by the time they did it for 10 trades and they stuck to it, they were amazed at the results. So we are more or less replicating the process. So go ahead, make money with us, and make sure to join my Telegram channel. The link is just in the description box. Join the Telegram channel. I do post trade setups. I do post insights to make you a better trader. And importantly, join us on Monday by 7 p.m. GMT +1 on the Path to Profit podcast, where we'll be sharing business ideas that you can make money online with little or no capital, and also tips and insights to make your trading much better. And I think the next episode will actually be held on Twitter Space. So go ahead, you can even follow me on Twitter likewise. And if you're not subscribed to my Telegram channel, go ahead, subscribe, help this Telegram channel grow. So that's it basically, guys. Time and price. What is the time of the day? You should only be trading London session or New York session. And then you need to see liquidity. If there's fundamentals or if there's news backing it up, it makes it make much sense. So another way you can even do it is frame your setups with the news. So when you see a particular news, you obviously know that there will likely be volatility on that currency pair because of the news that is going to be released. So guys, till the next video, thank you for joining me on this one. Bye for now.